EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for February 14th, 2025. It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, all of you. And the Friday video forecast is proudly sponsored by McCall Collective Brewing. McCall is a family-owned and operated brewery with 2 locations in the Lehigh Valley. Their original Southside Allentown location is at 102 East Susquehanna Street, and their second location, McCall Collective Tap House in Trexlertown, is located at 7743 Hamilton Boulevard. Both locations are open 7 days a week and have a full food menu, plenty of beer to choose from for both dine-in or takeout, along with local wine and cocktails. And I get my little menu up there. There we go. The McCall's is featuring weekday specials every Monday through Friday, beginning with a lunch combo from 12 to 4 p.m., happy hour specials from 4 to 5 p.m., and a smash burger and fries special between 5 and 9 p.m. For more details about that and all of their upcoming events, please visit their Facebook page, or to place online orders, visit their website, mccallcollectivebrewing.com. Proud sponsors of the Friday video forecast. If you have any plans today with your significant other for Valentine's Day, take her out to him, her, whatever, out to dinner like I'm doing. My wife hasn't seen me in weeks because of this crazy weather pattern we've been in. When we get any patterns like this, I'm like a ghost. And I'm working, this week I'm just past 100 hours. It's only Friday. It's a long week for me. And I don't see her very much, but I'm making time today. I'm going to put out our final call at 5 o'clock today for the weekend system, which we'll discuss here in a minute, and I am walking away. So hopefully you're doing the same tonight. It is a mostly sunny day today. A little chilly, though. Temperatures 30 to 37, as you see above me. That is below average for this time of year. And then, yes, of course, tomorrow, Saturday, we have wintry mix, starting off with snow in a lot of locations, then going over to a wintry mix, and then rain. This is not going to be a big snow event for this particular system, but there could be a good couple inches of snow on the front end here, which I'll show you in a second. So again, mostly sunny today. Once we go ahead to Saturday, we're going to have some snow moving in. Most of it's going to be during the afternoon, but there could be something sneaking in the morning, especially with an initial wave that might come through that the NAM is suggesting. I'll show you in a second. But this is going to continue as start as snow here. And the reason it's doing that is because you have very strong high pressure sitting up here, 1,032 millibars, and you have cold air damming at the surface. Now, this will be in process of weakening and moving away as this area low pressure that is driving this is moving up in this direction, okay? So this is going to eventually win, but initially you're going to have enough cold air at the surface to give you a wintry start, and that's going to mean snow initially, then you're going to have some warm air advection in the mid-levels, that's going to change over to sleet, and then freezing rain. Sleet's going to be a little brief on this one, I think, but we're going to have some freezing rain to contend with, and then it's going to go over to rain in its entirety, and you can see that here. As we get in the evening is when a lot of you will change over to freezing rain, and then when we get to Sunday morning, might be a pocket up here in the highest elevations that's still holding on to, some freezing rain there, but most of us are rain at that point, and this is going to go through the afternoon, and then it come to an end, and there's going to be a very strong cold front tied to this area low pressure that's now going to be up here. Cold front's going to come through, which is down here like this. When it does, you're going to have some seriously cold air coming in and a lot of windy conditions to escort that cold in. And that's going to be a Sunday evening through Monday. Okay, we'll get to that in a second, too. Let's start off with the NAM Future Simulator Radar. Still going to use the longer range NAM, because not the 3-kilometer NAM, because it is not in full range yet. Okay, we'll have that for the weekend video forecast, of course, before the next one. But we do have, this is looking at 10 o'clock in the morning. So when you get in the afternoon, you get some snow starting to break out across mainly the northerns here at this point, but then we'll have the main batch of precipitation down here in our southwestern areas. As you see what happens as this moves forward, it starts to fill it. Excuse me, I'm still sick here, so just bear with me. So you have snow at the onset, and there could be some heavier snow involved in with it early, though. I think the precipitation is going to be heavy enough where you get some moderate to at times heavy snowfall for a couple of hours, and you can pick up a quick couple, 2-3 inches of snow in some of these areas here, and maybe even more as you get up here in northwest New Jersey and forward northeastern corner of Pennsylvania, places like Wayne County and Pike County, Susquehanna County, those places, right? So the further northeast you go, the more snow you can get. But you see the sleet here, and then the freezing rain following it, and the rain is to the south. As I move this to the next frame here at 8 o'clock, you'd see that's we're already taking over. Still holding off the snow up here in the far northeastern areas. And then this changeover is going to occur to freezing rain. You might get a little bit of a break in the action overnight, and then you can have another batch come through here on Sunday. So it's not going to be a constant rainfall and a tremendous amount of rainfall. The heaviest rain is going to be across our southern tier down here, where it is going to be rain from start to finish. And then we're going to get another batch come through ahead of the cold front that's going to come through here on Sunday. In between these, you're going to get a warm surge. Okay, so Sunday's going to be a warmer day, well into the 40s, if not 50s down here in these areas here. You might get in the 50s. So it's going to be a very warm push, synoptically driven push, because the warm front is now well off to the north at this point. And then the cold front's going to move through and trail. And once that moves through, we get much colder temperatures coming in on Sunday evening. We also have windy conditions. This is what we're dealing with. Oh, sorry. This is what the GFS is showing for total snowfall. We'll show this first. So this is the snowfall this is the latest run this evening. Looks very much like the snow map that we put out today. Here's that snow map. That's what we have. So anywhere in green says rain start to finish. Anywhere in B is just wintry mixed to rain. So this would be like sleet, freezing rain going over to rain. Anywhere in C might get a little bit of a dusting to an inch of snow in these areas. 1 to 2 in area D. Area E is 2 to 3 inches of snow, and then you can get over 3. In some cases, when you get into the lower Susquehanna Valley, they might be pushing 4, 5, 6 inches of snow up there. But, I think it's just the front end stuff that you can get, generally from southwest and northeast, you're looking at a 1 to 3, right? Except when you get down here by York County, Cumberland County, you might be under an inch there. But, the rest of us further northeast, you're closer to 1 down here in these areas, and you're closer to 3 when you get up here. Okay, so it just kind of incrementally increases because it's holding on to the snow longer. That's the front end snow that you're going to get before it changes over to other precipitation types. And the other thing I have to show you here, of course, is the freezing rain. We put this separate because this is something that is an accretion or accrual, whatever, and it just slowly builds up on trees, power lines, that kind of thing. But we're looking at generally for most areas in the pink. Lighter pink anyway is a trace of 0.05. It's not much. 0.5 to 0.05 to 0.1 is in this hot pink color, and then between 0.1 and 0.2 favoring the elevation areas, and then southwestern areas of central PA with 0.1 to 0.2 in those areas. So I think that's what you're dealing with. This area here, which is blue, S-R, we just put this to indicate there's going to be no freezing rain here, but this is going to be a snow to straight to rain deal here. And then, of course, rain down here in green. So that's what we're dealing with today's system. We might be adjusting, if I think we adjust anything, we brought this line pretty far down south here like this. We might be bringing that up a little bit today. Just the southern fringe, but I still think the rest of the area is pretty good as far as what we have projected. So you get the front end snow. It's going to turn to rain anyway, so it's not really that exciting. But here is the wind during the storm. Nothing really notable, but once you get past that and that cold front moves through Sunday afternoon to get to the evening, these winds really pick up. You're talking about 25 to 35, some gusts in the 40 to 45 mile per hour range, 25 to 35 common gusts, peak gust 40 to 45. Wouldn't be surprised somebody hits 50 here. When this first makes this announcement here that, hey, cold air is coming back in and party's over. So much for 50s. We're going back down to the 20s real quick. Well, there's going to be some pretty high wind gusts out here in these areas. You see this here? And the initial burst that could reach 50 there. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody hits 50 when the initial burst comes in. But this wind is going to continue to be relentless going all the way through Monday, throughout the day on Monday. And I think you're dealing with the same thing overnight and then Monday. It's going to be a prolonged wind event, 25 to 35 common gusts and peak gusts 40 to 45 during that entire stretch. Okay, so it's going to be a little windy. Going to be some power outage concerns here in the Sunday evening through the entirety of Monday timeframe. Okay, tomorrow's video will have this entire range in better focus, so we'll take a better look at that tomorrow. But that is a concern following the storm. There's going to be no precipitation accompanying that. That's just going to be in the wake of that. Some of you have asked about black ice. If it's this windy, that's really going to help dry things out pretty quick. As soon as the front passes, within an hour or two after that, the wind comes in real quick with the cold air advection. It should help dry things out pretty quickly because it's going to be so windy that we should prevent most of the black ice concerns here on Sunday evening, Sunday night. Not impossible to see something isolated, but I think the wind's going to be a big contributing factor to the fact that we will not have too many widespread black ice issues here for Sunday evening and overnight. Now let's get beyond this. We're going to go to the next system, and this next system here is going to be taking place here at the or right around the midweek to Thursday time frame. We are going to be partly cloudy, breezy Monday. Like I said, we're going to be mostly sunny here on Tuesday. This is that system right here. Now it's in our 7-day forecast window, so we have to actually put something on our we have to put something on here. This is what we actually have this for. This is the Central PA forecast region. Just want to show you what I did here. This is the one I do. Bring it up a little bit. We just put Thursday, 30% chance for now, and it says mainly cloudy, watching a winter storm. You could say that's kind of like the the chicken way of doing things, but whatever. There's a lot of disagreement with how this is going to play out. The GFS I ran this evening is back to the idea of a pretty good solid hit of snow across our region here in the Wednesday night, Thursday time frame. You can see out here as this really ramps up along the coast here and gives us a pretty good snowstorm. And then this goes up into New England and whacks them too. So this is something the European model was showing in this previous run today. It didn't do that. So they're going back and forth in this time frame. This is a winter storm signal period that we have to watch pretty closely. And the reason that I did that and put this on there for the 7-day forecast and put watching a storm and I was a chicken and then put the big snowflakes on here like here. I'm not confident yet that this is definitely going to hit. It might be a little bit too progressive and too far east. That's possible. The ensembles, European ensembles, are very thrilled with this period too. So we're going to watch this closely because this is not something to just ignore. But at the same time, it's not a probable thing at this juncture to say we're going to get hit with this big storm. I've seen a lot of things on social media about that. Just ignore that for now. You're going to see some of these runs like this. It looked pretty crazy for snow. If I go to the previous run here of the GFS, it was way southeast and missed. Also possible. Okay, so they're kind of trying to figure things out right now. Just because this is the most recent run that I'm showing you here, this doesn't make it right. Okay, now we have several days to look at this. We're going to get into this next week. Next week we're going to dive into this as long as I'll start this on Sunday with a Weather Weeklies video. We'll talk about it then. I'll talk about it tomorrow too for the weekend video forecast and give you an update there. But I really don't think you're going to know anything concrete until we get to early next week. So we'll follow this, and if it's still there Sunday, we'll talk about why that's happening. This has to deal with tropical forcing. Tropical forcing, that's your hint. Okay, this has to do with that. So amplification of the jet will become a little bit more prevalent in this period. And is it enough to catch us and bring it up the coast and give us a snowstorm? We shall see. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for February 14th, 2025. Have a great Friday.